So now I work for the Federal Way Public Schools. I am a paraeducator. I work for special education. So I was an exam supervisor when I was in Fiji Islands. So I migrated from Fiji in 1999, and I got a job when I came here. I got a job at Bright Horizon Early Education Center. I worked there in a infant room for 13 and a half years, and I got the passion for children. Like in Fiji, we do everything for the kids. So in the baby room, in an infant room, an 8-month child is able to have self-help skills. The child can eat finger food all by himself. We allow them to have, self-help skills and self-sufficient, to be self-reliant. I learned a lot, and it was like a culture shock for me when I said, it's a good thing, children can feed themselves. But when I tell this story to my mom said, that's not nice, letting a baby eat themselves. And then I said, Mom, our children, they can start walking and they can wash their plate and they put their, food in the garbage trash bin and they put the plate in the sink. And my mom was, what? So it's very different culture. But then I saw the goodness of his, self-help skills. A child, get builds on confidence. And then after I was working there, I left that company for 13 and a half years. I went joined the school district. But before I joined the Federal Public School, I was an interpreter for the district. On and off, I'll ask time off from my work and I'll go interpreter for the district. But then in 2015, I got a permanent position at ECAP assistant teacher. So I worked there for, I think, about 1 year. Before I came to join the district, I was a substitute for the district. So I substituted for like 2 years in the district. But like one day, I just really quit because the culture was a big culture shock, because I was given a job as a paraeducator at a behavior school. And I remember that behavior school was at Truman High School, the old high school. It was called Merit High School. And all the kids had one and one kind of paraeducators. And they had the F word, the B word, all kinds of word that I never ever had in my life. And this spitting. So I was so disgraced. Took it so personally. And then I quit. I said, there's no respect. It's not nice. So I left. And then I went back to school. I went to Renton Technical College. I did my ECE there. Then I kind of understood that it's not really the children's fault. It's the environment that molds these children. That's why they're communicating in a harsh, negative way. So I came back to this district. I got a job, and then I tried to, fit in to understand why they do things the way they do, the way they act. Why. Then I took it gently. Then I started again all over. That was very hard. Then I came to preschool at Wildwood Elementary School, and I worked there at a preschool paraeducator for 3 years. Then after that, I wanted more hours, so my family needed more support. So I wanted more hours, so I went to Sunnycrest Elementary School. I worked there as a paraeducator in the resource room for 3 years. Then I came back to Wildwood Elementary because they offered me 7 hours here. So I came back here, and I'm still here now. I also work for Puget Sound Energy PSESD whenever they offer me after hours like program. So I worked there for 5 years at Wildwood Elementary doing after hours work, supporting the PSD work. I supported with cooking class and PE. I mean, and what else were this? Board games. I brought the cultural cooking for the children, and also supported like what is available, using the available resources to cook and survive. Like whatever country you are, whatever's available, how can you use those ingredients to survive? It was after school program. It was funded by PSESD. And if children
So,
cannot eat meat, so how to substitute that with other ingredients, so that they get the highest substitute available. without the meat. And while we had in America, a lot of people come from Afghanistan, Pakistan, all those countries, they don't eat this meat. We eat halal meat. So halal meat is not available here. So I taught them how to substitute, meat products without the real meat, but get the same food value. It just kind of fitted with me. Like even when I go to like invitations at parties, I would sit with children, and we'll always sit with, like, talk with parents about children. So I think my passion was also engaging the adults also to how to groom them to be in America. Like when we are America, we came here from far away, and we had a big difficult journey. It was not just we came to America. We came to America, we sold everything. We had to pay so much money to go to the interview, to get the medical pass, to get our questions answered at the interview. It was a big process. We endured a lot. So when we come here, we should be something, right? Not just to be here. So I teach my parents too, when we go to functions, like how to utilize when we are America, we have to be something. Otherwise, we should stay back in our country. Even when families come and they eat food, they climb on the sofa. So I learned that early. And I teach the parents, sofas are for sitting. When don't get mad if I say that, when your children go back to school, the teachers will do the same thing. Chairs are for sitting. We sit on a chair. So it's a difficult journey when you are working with a different group of people from different countries, especially when we go to functions, when I invite people, because I don't have family, but I do have hundreds of friends here. So I invite anybody in my house, but I teach them, do the right thing for the children. When you go to children, go to visit the toilet, they have to wash their hands with soap and water, and make sure the toilet is clean when you are done. Don't get mad. It's this the right thing to do. Follow the rules. Especially when you are in this country, we have to think about what this country offers it. Look at the goodness of it, and how to fit in here and be resourceful for your own self, for your family, and for the people. That the amount of work we do, we are not paid that much. That's why I'm trying to go back to school. Like we do as much as the teachers, but accept the paperwork, but we are not paid that much. That's a really surprising for me. Like this work that we do, without parents, teachers cannot run a room, and that is not recognized. And that is a sad thing. Even like
Yeah.
today, my teacher was absent. There was a substitute teacher. And if we were not there, the teacher don't know. They don't know the cues of the children. They don't know what the children like. They don't know which children will run out of the gate. We know it. So we do everything for them. So we run the room. We are the supporters, but we are not paid with that. They say money is not everything, but money pays the bill. That's why I'm trying to go back to school. I want to be a certified teacher one day. I'm good at everything except for math. I get A in everything except for math. I get zero. Best part of the job is like 2 weeks ago, a kid started talking. That's a big accomplishment. Like, wow, this kid started talking. Like, amazing. And they are not this kid. Like 2 years ago, when this kid entered the kindergarten, he was not touching the other kid. He was not touching any food that we offered from the school. Now he wants all the food from the school. Like he will, more, more, that one. He will take us to the basket and point out that food he wants. It like amazing. Like we offered and offered and offered. We did not give up. We asked the mother, don't please come. If you come here when you have a baby one day, how can you support this kid and that kid? You won't be able to come. And this kid will, by that time, he'll be too, older, and he will not touch this food. So the mom stopped coming finally, because my teacher said, Firoza, she's from your culture. If I say that will be discrimination. So up to you, whatever you want to do. So I went and talked with the mama. She was from my culture. And she goes, I said, it's up to you. But if you come every day again and again and feed him, this child will have no self school, and this child will never ever explore our food here, American food, school food. And one day you are sick, one day you have a baby, and you won't be able to come. What will this child eat? So now that kid is eating all the food from school. Like, wow, amazing.
So it's those breakthroughs, those moments
Yes.
when you see that your hard work,
Hmm.
your effort, your care for these kids is
Hmm.
helping them grow and learn.
Yes, I have a kid in my room who we have a schedule, and on the schedule, when we they do hard work like writing is done, then we give them free choice. But unless every child had a schedule, so the schedule for the free choice, we have a heart, like a red heart. So that's it called free choice, right? But when we go in the calendar, like January, February, and like in January we have what do you have? January fireworks, like New Year, right? And February we have Valentine's, so there's hearts. So instead of saying Happy Valentine's Day, he says free choice. It's so cute. He associates the heart with the free choice instead of Valentine's. I learned that I have potential. Like one day I was working at Federal Level High School for Saturday school because sometimes I need extra money. So I work Saturday, I work summer school, whatever job that's available. And then the teacher suddenly got an emergency and she left. And then my principal was there and she goes, Ferosa, can you handle this class? There is no other teacher available. And it was the class was personal finance. And I told my um, principal that I can handle it, but I will do my own curriculum. I will not do whatever she's doing. I'll do my stuff. So I did it. So that was amazing at Federal Way High School. So when I start the work, I come a little bit early so I can have breakfast because there's no parking, extra parking. So I come a little bit early. So I eat breakfast and then I 8:15 I'm at the bus stop. That's what my schedule starts. I go to the bus and I get the kids and we go to the preschool place ground because it's like a kind of fence area so our kids don't run away because our kids are all special education kids. So from the playground, so 8:30 we go back to the school in the inside my classroom, and the schedule begins from there. So everybody comes inside, they go and put the backpack and jackets away, they check the schedule, they go bathroom. From the bathroom they go and eat breakfast, and if they don't want breakfast they go, we do the binder. And in the binder we have like a little writing class. So we'd say today is Monday and the date is blah blah blah, and today is a sunny day, cloudy day, and how are you feeling. And then the end of the page is like they spell their name and they write their name, and if they cannot write we help them. And then they go sit down and get ready for circle time. Circle time starts at 9 o'clock. So for 9 o'clock the teacher runs the circle time. That's also the calendar in there. And after that we do another writing class and reading, and then I go to my break. That's 10:15 to 10:30. I come back and then we go all outside recess time. And then we come back inside. 11 o'clock is the lunchtime. So I help them with lunch, wash their hands, they eat lunch, check schedule. And then I help run the classroom with them. It's called L2. I don't know how to explain that. It's called L2, but we teach the children how to, for example, how to spell words. So fill in the blanks with writing prompts on the big TV screen. We have a new school, so we have a new big TV screen. So we use that to engage the children while the teacher is at lunch and planning. So I run that for like 40 minutes myself and with the other parents. So children, some of them are really smart. They know how to spell. Yeah. And the teacher comes back at 12 40-ish, and then she does free choice, some other toy stuff, and we talk with the children in small groups. And then 12:30 I go. No, 12:30 the teacher comes back at 11:40 and I go on my own lunch at 12:30. Then I come back at 1 o'clock and they are doing some group work, so I help with that one. And when the group work is finished, we I don't remember that one now. When the group was finished, sometimes we do reading. Oh, it's reading, like read aloud. So we do read aloud short stories for the children. And sometimes the speech therapist comes, and then after that we have specialist. So the specialist is sometimes Monday is music, today was music. So every day is a different specialist, and Tuesday is art class, Wednesday is, no, Tuesday is PE, so physical education, and then Wednesday we have art, and Thursday we have library, and Friday we rotate whoever was the first one, so we rotate on the Fridays kind of. So, and then we have second recess, we come back for little snack, and then we pack up and we go home. Home is like 2:55 we get out, and 3 o'clock we just disperse the children for dismissal. It's a busy day, but it's really rewarding sometimes. And then in those middle of the day, we have hundreds of behaviors. We get beaten, eaten, bites, and hit and kicked all day long. We
Wow.
just redirect the children all day because we work with special education kids and behavior kids. So today I learned that one of the kids that is really changing into behavior really, really bad. I think that's why my teacher was out today. She was just exhausted. She needed extra day off. So I learned that I just set her on a big bouncy ball, and she just bounced and bounced and bounced like she was galloping on the horse. So she liked it. So that kind of changed the day today. I'll be really truth with you. I thought my granddaughter had some special needs, so I got so scared. So I said, you know what, I need to learn myself. How can I support my own granddaughter? So that's how I joined special education. But thank
Great.
goodness she's okay. She came out okay. But you never know. Be prepared. Yes. I needed
Yeah.
the tools myself. So how can I support my own granddaughter and my daughter and my kids?